Have you ever wondered what makes a man truly great? What distinguishes those who are among the very 1% of men who inspire and influence this world? It's not just wealth or physical strength. It's not random luck or the blessing of fate. It's an inner core, it's discipline, it's the ability to look difficulties in the eye and not look away. In this video, I'm going to tell you about 5 stoic actions that will help you get into that 1%. Actions that will not only change you, but will make you a role model. We live in a world where the outside is valued money, fame, success on display. But true greatness lies deeper. It is born in the moments when no one is looking, when you face difficulties one-on-one. It's in those moments that your essence is revealed. Your actions, not your words, determine who you become. Stoicism teaches us to accept reality, not to complain about fate, but to use every challenge as a chance to become stronger. Many men are looking for the secret to success. They want instant results. But the truth is that being among the best requires daily work on yourself. The 5 simple yet profound actions I'm about to share will change the way you approach life. They will make you see the world differently. These actions are not just habits, they are a way of life. A way of life of a man who stands his ground despite the storms of life. Each of us is born for greatness, but only those who go against the tide, who are not afraid to take on challenges, reach the true heights. This path is not for the weak. It is a path for those who are willing to face fear and smile. For those who are willing to take responsibility for their lives and not look for excuses. Are you ready to be that person? Ready to take on this burden and step outside of your comfort zone? In this video, I'll share how to become that man who doesn't just adapt to the world, but changes it. How to become part of the 1% who leaves a mark on this world with their strength, wisdom, and calmness. It won't be easy, but if you're willing to follow through, the result will exceed all your expectations. Stay tuned to the end to find out how you can start this journey today. Because change starts with one action, one step. With one decision you can make right now. 1. Accepting reality as it is. The first stoic action that distinguishes the 1% man is accepting reality as it is. Not just accepting the facts, but realizing that not everything in this world is up to us. The sages of the past taught that much in our lives is beyond our control. But our reaction is something that always remains in our hands. When we talk about accepting reality, it does not mean passivity or refusal to act. On the contrary, it means the ability not to waste energy fighting what we can't change. Can you change the weather when the rain takes you by surprise? No, but you can decide how you will respond to that rain. To complain and bemoan the sky, or on the contrary, to see this challenge as an opportunity to become stronger, to be more flexible and adaptive. Accepting reality is the first step towards inner peace and true strength. It is the ability to see the world without illusions and to act on what is, not what you think it should be. Stoicism teaches us to separate what we can control and what is beyond our influence. It is the key to peace of mind. It is the ability to focus on what is within our power and not waste time on useless worries. The world is full of injustice, chaos, and unpredictability. But the great power lies in embracing this chaos and finding a place in it for your will. As Marcus Aurelius said, you have power over your mind, not over external events. Realize this, and you will find strength. A man's true strength is found in his ability to not let external circumstances dictate his inner state. This does not mean ignoring difficulties or avoiding problems. It means accepting them as a given and acting on that. How many times in our lives do we encounter things that seem to knock us out of favor? Losses, disappointments, setbacks are part of the journey. But how you accept them determines the kind of person you become. Many choose suffering and self-pity, blaming the world and the people around them for their failures. But 1% of men know that reality is not an enemy. It is an ally that teaches us and gives us the opportunity to grow. You can't control what happens to you, but you can always control how you react to it. That choice makes you free. Free from fear of the future, free from regrets of the past. When you accept reality, you stop resisting what is inevitable. You stop being a victim of circumstances and become the master of your life. Often we spend our time and energy fighting what simply is. We try to change people, to change the past, to change what has already been accomplished. But Stoic wisdom teaches us to direct all our energy not to fighting windmills, but to improving ourselves, and to become the best version of ourselves, no matter what is going on around us. This is acceptance of reality, giving up illusions and focusing on what really matters. Accepting reality is not a weakness. It is a manifestation of the greatest strength, because by accepting you cease to be hostage to your fears and expectations. You gain freedom. Freedom to choose how to live your life and how to respond to the world. This is the way of the Stoic: not to complain, not to seek blame, but to accept whatever comes and use it to grow. So the first Stoic action that will help you get into the 1% is to accept reality as it is. Don't try to change what is beyond your control. Change yourself, your reactions, your thoughts. And then you will see how the world around you will begin to change. Start with that today. Start by accepting what is and using it as a foundation for your greatness. 2. Discipline as the foundation of inner freedom. The second Stoic action that sets a man apart from the 1% is discipline. Discipline not just as a habit of following a schedule, but as the deep inner foundation upon which all of life is built. Discipline is the bridge between who you are now and who you want to become. It is the art of choosing action over comfort every day. Discipline is the key to true inner freedom. The world around us is full of distractions, comforts, and temptations. We live in an age of instant gratification, when everything we need can be obtained in a matter of minutes. But those who aspire to be part of the 1% realize that true greatness requires sacrifice, effort, and constant self-control. Discipline is when you choose to practice, even when you're feeling lazy. It's when you choose to study instead of wasting time on endless entertainment. The Stoics believed that discipline was not just a character trait, but the path to true freedom. When you are disciplined, you are in control of your life instead of becoming a plaything of circumstances and your desires. It means you can say no to things that don't lead you to your goal and say yes to things that require effort but bring growth. This ability to choose your future, rather than being held hostage to moods, is what makes you strong. Discipline starts with the little things. From getting up in the morning when you promised yourself you would. From keeping the promises you made to yourself, even if no one is watching. From practicing your spirit daily. From choosing actions that lead you to your goals, even though they may be uncomfortable or difficult. It's constantly reminding yourself that your time is the most valuable thing you have, and you can't afford to waste it on nothing. The 1% of men we're talking about are the ones who have made discipline their ally. They realize that true success is not the result of inspiration or talent, but the result of daily action. They know that motivation comes and goes, but discipline remains. It's the ability to do what needs to be done, whether you want to or not. Marcus Aurelius in his Meditations often talked about the importance of getting up and doing your work, even if your body resists. He understood that human nature is prone to laziness, to seeking comfort. But the Stoics knew that true greatness is not born in a comfort zone. It's born when you make the choice every day to take actions that lead you to the best version of yourself. Discipline is also about controlling your thoughts and emotions. It means you don't allow yourself to be held hostage by negative thoughts. You don't give up in the face of challenges, but accept them as part of the journey. You learn to see every challenge as an opportunity to become stronger. You realize that growth always requires effort, and that effort becomes your norm. Many men are looking for easy ways, wanting to achieve results without putting in the effort. But the truth is that the path to the top is never easy. Discipline is what separates the successful from the rest. It's the ability to choose work over rest every day, to choose learning instead of having fun, choosing forward movement instead of stagnation. Those in the 1% know that they can't afford to be lazy. They know that every day is a chance to become better, stronger, wiser. They don't wait for inspiration, they create it through action. It's discipline that makes them not only successful, but respected. It's what sets them apart from the masses. It's what makes them leaders. Discipline is the foundation on which your life is built. It is the foundation of inner freedom because you are no longer dependent on your whims and desires. You become the master of your life. You choose what your future will be. Discipline is the path to true power. And if you are willing to embrace that path, you will become part of that 1%. Start small. Start with discipline in the little things. Fulfill what you promised yourself. Get up in the morning when you decide to. Do what you have to do, even when you don't feel like it. And every day you'll get stronger, closer to the version of yourself you dream of becoming. Because discipline is not only the path to success, it's the path to true freedom. 3. Realizing your own mortality. Memento mori. The third Stoic action that sets a man apart from the 1% is the realization of his own mortality. This is an ancient principle known as memento mori, which means remember death. It's not a depressing thought, but a powerful tool to help guide your life toward what really matters. Accepting the fact that your time on this earth is limited can be the best motivator to do great things. We often live our lives as if we have an infinite amount of time ahead of us, putting off important conversations for later, our dreams for an uncertain tomorrow. But the Stoics taught us that our life is a moment, short and fragile. And the realization of this should not frighten us, but rather inspire us. When you realize that your time is limited, you begin to appreciate every day, every moment. You begin to act because you realize that what is postponed for tomorrow may never come. Realizing your own mortality helps you to free yourself from the fear of failure. Because when you realize that the end is inevitable for each of us, fears about what others will think become insignificant. What role does the opinion of others play if we are all heading towards the same finale? What really matters is how you live your days. The decisions you make, the actions you take to leave your mark on the world. The Stoics often reminded themselves of death so that they wouldn't waste time on idle worries. Marcus Aurelius wrote that one should live each day as if it were one's last, not with despair, but with clarity and determination, with the realization that every moment is precious. This realization is incredibly empowering. You begin to focus on what's truly important, your goals, your values, the people you love. 1% of men realize that their life is their most valuable resource. They don't allow themselves to waste time on things that don't lead to growth or joy. They live with a clear purpose, a vision of what they want to accomplish, and they take steps in that direction every day. They don't fear death because they know. They live each day in such a way that when they look back, they will have no regrets. They live with the realization that every moment could be their last, and this makes their actions meaningful. The realization of death does not mean that one must live in fear. On the contrary, it gives an incredible sense of freedom. Freedom to be yourself, freedom to do what is important to you without looking at the opinion of others. You begin to realize that what matters is not how much time you have, but how you use it. How do you want to live your life? By putting dreams and goals on hold, waiting for the right time? Or acting now, living life to the fullest despite fears and doubts. When you remember your mortality, you stop putting off your dreams. You begin to act with confidence, with determination, because you realize every day is a gift, an opportunity to create something meaningful, something that will remain after you. You start making choices that are in line with your values, and you stop wasting time on little things that don't matter. The Stoics taught us to accept death as a natural part of life. This understanding teaches us to be grateful for each day we live, teaches us to appreciate what we have instead of complaining about what we don't have. Life is too short to waste it on complaining, on regrets, on fear of failure. Memento mori is a reminder that everything is temporary, and in this temporary world, the most important thing is how you use your time. Those in the 1% live, as if every day could be their last. They realize that the only thing they have is the now. This is the moment in which they can make decisions and take action. They don't wait for a better time. They don't fear failure, because they realize, in the end, none of it matters. It is only the traces we leave behind us that matter. Those moments when we were fully alive, when we weren't afraid to be ourselves and live as we saw fit. So, the third Stoic action is to be aware of your mortality. Remember death, not in order to fear it, but to begin to truly live. To live in such a way that every day is filled with meaning. To live so that there are no regrets. To live in such a way that when you look back, you can confidently say, I lived, and I lived well. Let's move on to part 4. 4. Focusing on the present moment. Amor fati. The fourth Stoic action that sets a man apart from the 1% is focusing on the present moment, or as the Stoics put it, amor fati, love for your destiny. It is the ability to not just accept what happens to you, but to genuinely love every moment of your life. The Stoics understood that only the present moment truly belongs to us, and it is in this moment that we can find true happiness and strength. Many of us spend our lives stuck in either the past or the future. We regret our mistakes, worry about what we can't get back. Or we live in anticipation of the future, forgetting that real life is happening right now. We're too busy making plans to settle down and see the beauty and value of the moment we already have. But 1% of men know that the present is the only thing that really exists. It is in the present that they find their focus, their strength, their place to grow. Amor fati is the ability to not just accept what happens, but to love your destiny as it is. No matter the circumstances, no matter if it's easy or hard, this moment is your only chance at life. Loving your destiny means finding joy and meaning in every moment, even when it's filled with hardship. It means to stop resisting what is and start living by accepting your life fully, with all its ups and downs. The Stoics believed that every event in our lives happens for a reason. They believed that even in the most difficult situations, lessons and opportunities for growth can be found. Loving your destiny means trusting the process. It means believing that even in failures and losses there is something valuable hidden that can help you become stronger, wiser. It is the ability to see every trial not as an obstacle, but as a challenge, an opportunity to show your best qualities. 1% of men realize that the present is all they have. They don't get stuck in the past, they don't have illusions about the future, but they focus on what they can do now. This means being here and now, fully committed to what is happening, whether it's work, socializing with loved ones, or moments of relaxation. They know that every moment is unique, and if you are fully present in it, you can find happiness in even the simplest things. Focusing on the present moment is also the ability to free yourself from expectations. Many of us suffer because life doesn't live up to our expectations. We want everything to go according to our plan, to be in control. But the Stoics knew that expectations are the source of suffering, because reality rarely matches what we imagine. Amor fati teaches us to accept life as it is and to find joy in what is, not in what should have been. When you learn to focus on the present, you begin to notice things that previously escaped your attention. You begin to see the beauty in simple things. In sunlight, in a smile, in a moment of silence. You begin to appreciate what you have instead of complaining about what you lack. You begin to live more consciously, and this brings you a peace and joy that can't be found in the endless pursuit of the future. The Stoics believed that the present is the only moment in which we can act. We can't change the past, we can't predict the future, but we can choose how to live this moment. We can choose to love our destiny, we can choose to be grateful for what we already have, we can choose to take action that leads us forward. This is the real power, to live fully in the present, to accept life as it is, and to use each moment to grow and evolve. Those in the 1% live with this philosophy every day. They don't wait for life to get easier or better so they can start appreciating it. They appreciate it right now, with its challenges, with its joys, with its unpredictability. They realize that life is a journey, and every moment of that journey matters. They don't wait to start living, they live in the here and now, and that makes their life real and meaningful. So the fourth Stoic action is to focus on the present moment. It is to love your destiny. It is the ability to not just accept, but to love your life as it is. It's realizing that the present is all you have, and in this present you have everything you need to be happy and strong. Start living in the now, start appreciating every moment, and you'll see your life change. Live as if every moment is a gift, because it is. 5. Controlling your reactions, power over yourself. The fifth Stoic action that lifts a man into the top 1% is controlling his reactions. In a world full of chaos and unpredictable events, our real power lies not in controlling external circumstances, but in controlling how we react to them. It's a fundamental Stoic principle to realize that you can't always control what happens, but you can always control your reaction to it. When we encounter difficulties or unexpected obstacles, most people's first reaction is to complain, to get upset, to feel victimized. But 1% of men realize that while they can't always choose their circumstances, they can always choose how to treat them. That means you don't let external factors determine your inner state. It means that you remain calm and clear even in the most difficult situations. Epictetus, one of the greatest Stoics, said that our primary task is to control what is in our power. Our thoughts, our beliefs, our reactions are what we can control, as opposed to the multitude of external factors that we cannot influence. When you realize this truth, you begin to focus not on what is going on around you, but on how you react to it. This is true power over yourself. The ability to choose your reactions rather than being a puppet of circumstances. Controlling your reactions is the ability to remain calm in difficult situations. It's the ability to not let your emotions cloud your judgment, especially when you have important decisions to make. It means that you learn to manage your emotions, not to suppress them, but to recognize and channel them. You realize that anger, fear, anxiety are normal human emotions, but they don't have to run your life. You can have these feelings, but don't let them determine your actions. The Stoics believed that our reactions determine the quality of our lives. We can see problems as tragedies, or we can see them as challenges and opportunities. We can feel victimized by circumstances, or we can see them as a chance to show strength and character. Controlling our reactions is the art of transforming difficulties into lessons, of seeing every challenge as an opportunity for growth. It's the ability to be above circumstances and choose your own destiny. 1% of men realize that their strength lies not in physical power or social status, but in how they respond to the challenges of life. They remain calm in the midst of chaos because they know that it is in such moments that true character is revealed. They realize that you can't control the world, but you can control yourself. They choose resilience over despair, choose action over complaining, choose strength over weakness. Controlling reactions is also about not taking things personally. The Stoics taught us not to waste time and energy on empty resentments and anger. When you realize that other people's reactions to you are their story, not yours, you are freed from the need to please everyone and everything. You realize that the only thing that really matters is your own actions and your own reaction to the world. This gives you incredible freedom. The freedom to be yourself despite the opinions and expectations of others. When you learn to control your reactions, you begin to understand yourself better. You begin to see how your emotions affect your decisions, and you learn not to let them dictate how you live your life. You begin to recognize your fears, your weaknesses, and learn to work with them instead of running away from them. It makes you stronger, it makes you wiser, it makes you someone who is able to direct his life where he wants it to go, not just go with the flow. 1% of men are those who have made controlling their reactions their daily practice. They realize that in any situation they can choose how to react. They can choose strength over weakness, confidence over fear, action over inaction. They know that it is their reactions that determine who they become. They live with the realization that external circumstances may be unpredictable, but their inner resilience always stays with them. So, the fifth Stoic action is control over one's reactions. It is the ability to be the master of one's emotions and actions. It is the art of remaining calm in the storm and seeing the possibilities in every challenge. It's true power over yourself that makes you strong, confident, and able to change your life. Start by realizing that you can't control everything that happens, but you can control how you react to it. And when you learn to choose your reaction, you learn to choose your destiny. If these ideas have moved you, if you felt the very fire in you that demands action, subscribe to our channel, because this is just the beginning. We will walk this path together. Every day we will learn, grow, and become stronger. Hit the subscribe button, put a like to support this content, and leave a comment. Tell me what you think about these Stoic actions. Which ones are you ready to start applying today? Do it not for us, but for yourself. Because every subscription is a step towards a new version of yourself. Our channel is more than just a place to watch videos. It's a community of those who strive for greatness, those who aren't afraid of challenges and don't look for easy ways. If you're one of us, let's build this road together. Together we are stronger. Together we learn and support each other. Sign up now and let's start this journey. A path that will change not only your life, but the lives of those around you. Get into the top 1%. Start right now.